हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण गुरु।
हरे कृष्णा। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। So Hare Krishna devotees. Uh, so today is session 13 of the Master the Basics of Sanskrit Grammar and Sahitya. शुक्लां वरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी, विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं। वागर्थविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरो वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरे कृष्णा। Okay, so yes, any questions anyone has from the prior sessions? Until now we have discussed the swara sandhi, visarg sandhi full, and vyanjan sandhi, two subtypes, two subdivisions of vyanjan sandhi. So anyone has any doubt?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, this Shrutva Sandhi
Yeah.
in Sakara Desha Sandhi and in Vyanjana Sandhi. Because I have not attended the previous class, so I am getting little confused. So how to differentiate that, Prabhuji?
Visarga Sandhi, what does it do? That Sakara Desha Sandhi, what does it do? Is just when we have Visarga associated with any of the swaras, but Paravarna, if we have cha, cha, ta, tha, ta, tha, and sha, sa, sa, so the Sakara Desha will happen to those, the Visarga will be replaced by Sakara. Then if the Paravarnaha is cha, cha, or shakaraha of Talavyaha, then the further modification by Vyanjan Sandhi or the Shtutva Sandhi will happen. And Shtutva Sandhi, the very first case in the Shtutva Sandhi is that if Purva Varnaha we have Sakaraha, and Paravarnaha, if we have Shakaraha, then the Adeshaha will be Shakaraha will replace Sakara. So then after the Visarga is transformed into Sakaraha, because Paravarnaha we have Shakaraha or Cha, then the Sakaraha will be transformed into Shakara. If we have Paravarnaha as ta, tha, or Murdhanya Shakaraha preceded by Visargaha, then there will be Sakara Desha Sandhi first of all. Then after Sakara Desha, the Visarga will be substituted by Sakaraha. Then Shtutva Sandhi will happen. In Shtutva Sandhi, the Puravarnaha should be Sakaraha and the Paravarnaha could be Shakaraha, Takaraha or Thakaraha. Then the Adeshaha will be Sakaraha will be substituted by Murdhanya Shakara. So in that way, after Visarga is transformed into Sakaraha, the next step is that it will be further modified by Vyanjan by Shtutva. But if we have Takaraha, Thakaraha or Sakaraha is Paravarnaha and Puravarnaha if there is Visargaha, then first of all there will be Sakara Desha. And after that, there will be no further modification by Vyanjan. It could be Shtutva Sandhi or it could be Shtutva Sandhi. So this is the whole process how the Sakara Desha Sandhi occurs actually.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So today we will study the third subtype, the division under Vyanjan Sandhi, that is Anuswara Sandhi. Okay. Anuswaraha is the result of sound transformation. A dot above the letter is called Anuswaraha, and here the Vyanjana gets transformed. For example, Krishnam Vande. Krishnam Vande. Now here the Purva Varnaha is Makara, the Vyanjana Makara. And Paravarnaha is Vakara. And so the Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswara. So it will become Krishnam Vande. The rule of Anuswara Sandhi is like this. When Makaraha at the end of the word is followed by a Vyanjana, it is replaced by Anuswara. When Makaraha at the end of the word is followed by a Vyanjanam, it is replaced by Anuswara. So Puravarnaha, if we have Makaraha, and Paravarna we have Vyanjanam, any of the Vyanjana letters, then the Purvavarnaha, Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswara. For example, Harim Shrayate. Harim Shrayate. Makaraha is there at the end of the word and Paravarnaha is Vyanjanam. So that's why Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswara. Satyam Vada. So Makaraha is there at the end of the word and Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswara because Paravarnaha is Vyanjanam. Dharmam Chara. Makaraha is there at the end of the word and Paravarnaha is Vyanjanam. So that's why the Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswara. Amram Khadati. Now Makaraha is there at the end of the word and Kha is the Vyanjanam as Paravarna. So Makaraha will be transformed into Anuswaraha. It will become Amram Khadati.
अनुस्वारसन्धेः उदाहरणं रामं वन्दे। रामम् इत्यत्र अन्त्यस्य मकारस्य वन्दे इत्यस्य आदिवर्णे वकारे परे अनुस्वारादेशः भवति रामं वन्दे। अनुस्वारसन्धेः उदाहरणं गुहायां तपति। गुहायाम् इत्यत्र अन्त्यस्य मकारस्य तपति इत्यस्य आदिवर्णे तकारे परे अनुस्वारादेशः भवति गुहायां तपति.
Okay, so this is the rule of Anuswara Sandhi. Any doubts in this? Paravarna should be Vyanjana. Then only Makara will be transformed into Anuswara. Okay, any questions in this? Okay. Now here one additional note is there that when to write ma and when to use Anuswara. So if there is some word which is ending with makaraha, when do we have to put the makaraha and when do we have to put anuswara? By the anuswar sandhi, if paravarna is vyanjanam, then the makara will be transformed into anuswara. Okay. So now here there are these three things where we will get to know that when do we have to write makaraha and when do we have to use anuswara. The very first one is that if the following letter is a consonant, use anuswara. So that is done by the anuswara sandhi. So if there is any word which is followed by the consonant, okay, and then the makaraha will be transformed into anuswara. So for example, Ramam Vande. Ramam Vande. So here before there was makara at the end of the word. And paravarnaha, there is consonant. So that's why makaraha were transformed into anuswara. Then samskritam. When we write samskritam, it is actually made up of two words, sam and skritam. When it's in the, when we are forming that. So upasarga is there in dhatu. So some here, if you see, the end of the word is makara. And makaraha is transforming into anuswaraha. It will become samskritam. Okay, samskritam. The second one is that if the following letter is a swara, okay, if the following letter after the makaraha, the following letter is a swara, then use makara. Use makara. So griham agachati. Now here, because paravarnaha is not a vyanjana, a is a swara. So that's why makaraha will not be transformed into anuswara. But it will just become, we just have to write griham and agachati. Or we could just make it as a punaksha. Griham agachati. Now the third one is that if nothing is there after ma, use ma. Okay, if there is no vyanjana, if there is no swara as the paravarna, nothing is there after makara, then use ma. In shlokas, if you see mitra drohe cha patakam, this is the shloka of first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So if you see patakam word is there, now here at the patakam word, we are not using anuswara. So makara is not getting transformed into anuswara. Because why? Because after patakam, after makaraha, there is no other word. So that's why we have to indicate makara. But if after makaraha there is swara, then also makara will only be used. But if after makara there is vyanjanam, then we have to transform that makaraha into anuswara. So these are the three rules of applying of when to apply, when to write makara and when to use. Malayam sutram. So Paravarna is Vyanjanam, and that's why Makara will be transformed into Anuswara. Griham Gacchati. So Griham Makara Gacchati is the Gakara is the Vyanjanam. So it will be Griham Gacchati. Then Griham Agacchati. So Paravarna is here Swara. That's why Makara will not be transformed into Pustakam Apashyat. So here Paravarna is not Vyanjanam, that's why there will be Makara here. And we don't have to write as Anuswara. Tabhyam Dehi. So Tabhyam Dehi, Da is Vyanjanam. That's why Makara will be transformed into Anuswara. Papam Harati. So you see, Anuswara we are right. Then Kim Shariram. Then Devam Yajati. Tam Ramam Namami. Here you see, Paravarna we have Vyanjanani. So that's why the Makara is getting transformed into Anuswara. Ayam Atma. Idam Sarvam Asit. Idam Makara was there and Paravarna was Vyanjanam. So that's why Makara was transformed into Anuswara. But in the Sarvam, Makara is, after Makara there is Swara. So that's why that was not transformed into Anuswara. Pragyanam Brahma. Here again Anuswara. Then Aham Karomi. Again Anuswara. Okay. So these are the rules of when to apply.
Prabhu, fifth I did not understand. Yamam Atma.
One second. Yes, where to? Fifth one.
Fifth.
Ayam
Yeah.
Atma.
Yeah,
Ayam
Ayama.
is Makaraha is the Vyanjanam and
Mhm.
Paravarnaha is Akar. So we
Swara.
don't have Vyanjana there as Paravarna. This one. And that's why it's just that we are making it Purnakshar. But there is no Sandhi happening there.
Okay.
So Puravarna we have Makaraha and Paravarna there is Vyanjanam. Then only Makara will be transformed into Anuswara. Otherwise, Makara will just stay.
Thank you,
And
Prabhu.
also at the end of the word, at the there is a word which ends with Makaraha and Paravarnaha we don't have anything. Nothing is there. No word following that. Then also we have to not apply Anuswara to the Makara. So now if you see in Bhagavad Gita, this word Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma pirakshitam paryaptam tvidam balam bhima pirakshitam. So here they have given the sandhi vichheda. Okay, so Anuswara sandhi is actually they have broken. They have actually see. So aparyaptam tat asmakam balam bhishma abhirakshitam paryaptam tvidam balam bhima bhirakshitam. Now you see in shloka abhirakshitam, bhishma abhirakshitam is there. So here there is half shloka is ended. Okay. And in shloka, like we have 4 padas. So aparyaptam tadasmakam, first pada. Balam bhishma bhirakshitam, second pada. Paryaptam tvidam etesham, third pada. Balam bhima bhirakshitam, fourth pada. Okay. And in that way also, 4 padas are there, but we can also break this shloka in 2 halves. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam. This is one line. Okay. Paryaptam tvidam etesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. This is another line. So after the first line, we have to give a break. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma bhirakshitam. Give break. Paryaptam tvidam etesham balam bhima bhirakshitam. Break. So in that way, the shloka is actually ending. The shloka, half shloka is ended. So there is a little bit break given, comparatively less than the break given at the end of the shloka. But still, we have to consider that after Bhishma Bhirakshitam, there is no word, and that's why there is a break given there, and Makaraha is written. Then after giving a break, then another line starts. Paryaptam tvidam etesham balam bhima Virakshita. So at the end of the line, we have to write Makara. Because there is no other word after the, before the, like the ending of the sentence. So that's what. So this is the rule of Anuswara Sandhi. Okay, any questions here? We will go ahead. Now here I have just completed all of the sandhis. So Vyanjan Sandhi and Swara Sandhi and Visarg Sandhi, the important ones which were required for you to break the words, which was required to for you to do the Sandhi Vicheda in the Bhagavad Gita shlokas and also the other shlokas, Sanskrit shlokas. So Swara Sandhi, Visarga Sandhi, Vyanjan Sandhi. In Vyanjan Sandhi, there are more sandhis. We have discussed only three, but there are other sandhis also. So what I will do, because I have not taught until now the more of the nomenclature which are used for indicating more different concepts. For example, Subantam Padam, Tingantam Padam, and how the word is formed. So that's why some of the Vyanjan Sandhis, I will be discussing them. I will discuss some of the remaining ones later on when I will introduce some concepts which are required. Otherwise, I can teach Vyanjan Sandhi, no doubt, no problem. But unnecessarily that will confuse you. Unnecessarily that will create more doubts. Because the basics, the basis is required to understand those sandhis. More understanding about the padas and non-padas. So that's why I thought it wise that I could explain them gradually, time to time, when adequate concepts, when the required concepts are taught. Okay. So, but until now, our Sandhi topic is like completed. So that's it for this topic. That's it. Yeah. And then after Sandhi, now we will be discussing more about Subanta Padas, the Nama Padas, the noun forms, and the verb forms. Now, as I discussed before also, that the group of letters, they constitute a word. And generally, the group of words, they constitute a sentence. So, a sentence or vakyam is a unit of expression to communicate an idea. Ramaha vanam gacchati. So these are the group of words. Ramaha is a group of letters because it's a word. Vanam is another group of letters. Gacchati is another group of letters. And when these words they combine, when we want to express something, we want to communicate something to some other person without without any confusion. Clearly, we want to indicate. Then when we when we arrange the words in a proper manner, then that particular meaning which we want to indicate to that particular person, that is perfectly being understood by another person. So this is a unit of expression. Sentence is a medium of exchange through words, through speech. So whatever we think, it comes to our words. Okay. And in that way, we are able to express our ideas. So this is called a sentence, a vakya. So Ramaha vanam gacchati, that means Rama goes to the forest. Okay. Now a vakyam consists of a word or words. Vakyam consists of a word or maybe words. So padam, padam, in that way, here there are three examples. For example, three padas we have taken. Now vakyam can also consist of a word also. How come? Sometimes a vakyam can consist of one word. A vakyam sometimes may consist of one word itself as question. If you pose a question, have you eaten prasadam? Answer what you will give? No. Until now, I have not eaten prasadam. But just if I tell no, it's able to express the idea that it's understood that I have not taken prasadam. So in answer to that question, I am replying that I have not taken prasadam, and it's indicated by the word no. And it's a vacuum, it's a meaningful word, it's a meaningful sentence which consists of only one word. But it is a sentence but consists only of a word. Also, this one word sentence is dependent on many word sentence. If you just tell no without a person has asked you a question, then that seems ridiculous. That seems completely, you just speak something no, and that's madness. We will not speak no without, if someone has answered a question or someone has, told something to us. So that's why sometimes when a vacuum which consists of a word, generally it depends. It depends on a sentence, on a many word sentence. Generally. Sometimes someone has performed some audition, and then you tell marvelous or something, you just tell it wow. So wow is another one word sentence. And that word, that is a sentence which you are telling because you have seen a performance. Okay. So because you have seen that performance, you are telling wow. So generally, we generally the one word sentence are dependent on many word sentence. But usually vacuum is defined more or less like a group of words. Okay. So now padas. So because vacuum consists of padas, we need to know what is actually a pada. Now every word in Sanskrit is comprised of two basic constituents. Padam, or in English, we are just generalizing we are giving the equivalent synonym for that word. Word can mean many things, but padam, it's more specific actually. So for after, like I will be using not words usually, I will be using padam. So that is very good, word for indicating. So padam is actually made up of two constituents. Those are prakritihi and pratyaya. Prakritihi is called original entity, and pratyaya means suffix, which is employed, which is applied to the prakriti. For example, Ramaha. So Ramaha is made up of two basic constituents: the original entity Rama and the pratyaya sa. The sa pratyaya here is indicating the agent of action, and also it is indicating how many, like what is the number of those agents. What is the number of the agents? Is it singular? Is there one Rama, or are there two Ramas, or are there many Ramas? So that pratyaya is actually indicated. Vanam, another word, another padam. It's made up of two constituents, prakriti and pratyaya. So prakriti here is vana and pratyaya is So is indicating object. There are many agents of actions, and object is one of the agents of action. So, and it is indicating singular. Then gachati, so original entity is gam, that means to go. And suffix is applied ti. Ti is the suffix, which indicates present tense, active voice, third person, and singular. Okay, so in that way, the padas in Sanskrit, they are made up of two basic constituents, prakriti and pratyay. Now in padam, there are two divisions, subantam padam and tingantam padam. Subantam padam, when we talk about subantam padam, then the prakriti, originally when commonly we tell prakriti and pratyay, which makes us padam, but when the padam is subantam padam, then prakriti is called pratipadikam. Then prakriti is called pratipadikam. When in subantam padam, the pratyaya is called sup pratyaya. Sup pratyaya. Then it becomes subantam padam. Dhatuhu, so tingantam padam, the another type of padam. In tingantam padam, the prakriti is called dhatuhu, and in pratyayas, there are two pratyayas adjoined. Sometimes vikara pratyayas are adjoined, and ting pratyayas are always applied to the dhatu. But vikara pratyaya are additional pratyayas which are sometimes applied to the, but ting pratyaya is always applied to the dhatu. So then it is called tingantam padam. So these are the two types of padas, subantam padam and tingantam. In the Sanskrit language, there are only two types of words. Verb, tingantam padam, literally means word ending with ting suffix. So this is ting pratyaya. So the word which ends with ting suffix, that is called ting antam. Antam means ending with. And ending with what? Ending with ting pratyaya. So that is called tingantam padam. The word, the padam which is ending with ting pratyaya, that is called tingantam padam. So here gachati is a tingantam padam because ti is applied to a gam dhatu and it means goes. Noun or subantam padam is a Sanskrit name, literally means the word ending with sup suffix. So in subantam padam, the pratyaya is applied to the pratipadika. Sup pratyaya is applied to pratipadika. And the word which ends with sup pratyaya is called subantam padam. The word which ends with sup pratyaya is called subantam. For example, Ramaha, Vanam. So these are all sup pratyaya. Ramaha is a subantam padam. Vanam is a subantam padam. Okay. So subantam padam literally means word ending with sup suffix. Now, what does the tingantam padam means? The verb. As for verb, the original entity prakriti is called verbal root or dhatu, which indicates action. The suffix pratyaya is a verbal suffix, ting pratyaya, which indicates the tense or mood in which action is happening. Voice. In English, we have two types of voice, active voice and passive voice. But in Sanskrit, we have more voices, active voice, passive voice, and also impersonal voice. So, and person is first person, second person, third person. In English, we have. So in a similar way, in Sanskrit also in ting pratyaya is indicating tense or mood, past tense, present tense, and there are many tenses. Then voice, active voice, passive voice, person, first person, second person, third person, it could be, and numbers, singular, dual, or plural. Okay, so in that way, the tingantam padam is formed. So here, similarly, gachati is there, gam plus ti. Gam is dhatuhu and ti is pratyaya. Gachati means he goes. Gam is an action, to go. And ti is indicating present tense, active voice, third person, and singular. Okay, so yeah. Then noun, Subantam Padam. As
Prabhu,
for noun, the original entity, Prakriti is Pratipadikam, which indicates a thing or person. Now the suffix, the Pratyaha is nominal suffix Supratyaha, which indicates two things, case and number. Case and number. Case means vibhakti, number means vachana. Okay. So in that way, the Subantam Padam is formed by Pratipadikam plus Supratyaya.
Prabhu, can we go
Rama
back to
plus,
the, sorry,
sorry,
can we go back to the previous slide on that verb, Pingandam Pratyaya?
here.
So in this Vikar Pratyaya is not there.
Here, Vikara Pratyaya is not there. Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you, Prabhu, that sometimes Vikara Pratyayas are applied, sometimes it is not.
Okay, thanks.
I will explain that Vikara Pratyayas. But Ting Pratyaya are always applied, but Vikara Pratyayas sometimes applied, sometimes not. Okay, so Rama plus Sa. Rama is the Pratipadikam and Sa is the Pratyaya. Vanam, one is the Dhatuhu, sorry, one is the Pratipadikam and Nam is the Pratyaya. Now, Pratipadikam, in Pratipadikam, there are many Pratipadikams. There are many different types of words such as Sarvanamani, Visheshanani, Tadhitantaha, Kridantaha, Samasaha. They are also considered as Pratipadikam. So, Rama, Tad, Uttama, Dasharathi, Gachan, Sitapati. So these are all Pratipadikas. Now, the definitions of each, like Sarvanama, Visheshanam, Tadhitanta, Kridanta, Samasa, I will be explaining them later on. Okay. So, this is the same thing. The root of a Namapada is called Pratipadikam and the suffixes added to this are called Supratyas. Since the nominal forms carry sup suffixes at their end, they are also called Subantas. Namapadam or Subantam Padam is made up of Pratipadikam plus Supratyaya. Pratipadikam means nominal. The root word of Namapada is known as Pratipadikam, Rama or Rama, Jalamuch, etc. And Vibhakti. So there are how many Pratyayas? 21 Supratyayas. There are 21 Supratyayas which are applied to the Pratipadikam. These are called the Vibhakti Pratyayas. Supratyayas, they are also called Vibhakti Pratyayas. They are divided into 7 groups. Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, and Saptami Vibhakti. Different Vibhaktis are used in different meanings. Okay, different Vibhaktis which are there, Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, they are used in different meanings. These 21 Supratyayas are also called Vibhakti Pratyayas. Okay. Each of these Vibhaktis, these all the 7 Vibhaktis, they have 3 Vachanams. They have 3 Vachanams. So Prathama Vibhakti is having 3 Vachanam. Ek Vachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. Dvitiya Vibhakti is also having 3 Vachanas. Ek Vachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. In that way, all the Vibhaktis are having 3 Vachanas. So in that way, 7 3s are 21. So 21 sup suffixes or Vibhakti Pratyayas. And also in Pratipadikam, we have to understand that in Sanskrit we have 3 genders: Pullingam, Strilingam, and Napunsakalingam. While learning the Shabdarupas, it is essential to learn the gender of the word. Okay, now just we will little bit, I will give you introduction about what is called a vibhakti. Because supratyaya, the 21 supratyayas are also called vibhakti pratyayas. Now we have to know what is the meaning of vibhakti. Now you just see the sentence. Dasharathasya putraha Ramaha Ravanam banena hanti. Rama, the son of Dasharatha, kills Ravana by an arrow. These are the words. Okay, these are the words. And in that, Subanta Padam is also there and Tingantam Padam is also there. So here in this sentence, Hanti is Tingantam Padam and the other words are all Subantam Padam. Okay. And the Vibhakti Pratyayas, because Vibhakti Pratyayas are applied with it. Now, what is happening here? Who is killing whom? And the person who kills Ravana, the person who is killing someone, he is described in which relationship? Okay, what is the relationship being described for the person who is killing someone? And he is killing someone by which instrument? So the person who is killing, he is Rama. And the relationship of Rama is being given that Rama is actually the son of Dasharath. And he kills Ravana. Okay. And through what instrument he is killing Ravana? Rama is killing Ravana by an arrow. So here, who is the agent of action? Rama is the agent of action. Rama is the doer of action. Which action? Killing action. So killing is an action. And the Rama is performing that. Now the killing action which is being performed, that is being seen in whom? Who is getting killed? Who is the person whom Rama is killing?
Ravan.
Ravana is the object. So Ravana is getting killed. And who is that Rama? Rama is the son of Dasharath. Now Ravana is being killed by Rama, but with which instrument?
By
That
arrow.
is arrow. So arrow is the instrument by which Rama is killing Ravana. And Rama, who is the son of Dasharatha, he is killed. So through this sentence, you are getting that what is the situation of each of the people who are mentioned in the, or each of the person or thing which are mentioned in this sentence. Rama is the performer of action. The Ravana is the object of action. He is getting killed. Okay. Then arrow is an instrument by which Ravana is getting killed. Okay. So you are getting the situations, okay, the positions of the noun. Rama is the performer, arrow is an instrument, Ravana is the object of their getting killed, and Dasharatha is another person whose relationship is described as son-father. Dasharatha is the father and Rama is the son. So in that, Pita Putra Bhava is being mentioned for the Rama. Okay. So in that way, by applying Vibhakti Pratyayas, we are getting to know what are the situations of each noun in the sentence. Vibhakti is a set of suffixes which describes the various situations of a noun. So what Vibhakti does? Vibhakti does the Vastu Nirdesha. It does the Vastu Nirdesha. It helps in identifying who is the doer of action, who is the object of action, what is the instrument of action, who is the recipient of the action, where the action is getting performed, from where the action happened. So these are all agents of actions. Different, the situations of noun forms, okay, in the sentence, that is indicated by vibhakti. Also, kriya saha sambandha. So it is helping identifying the doer, object, instrument and its relation with kriyapada. Its relation with kriyapada. All the noun forms which you are able to see, the vibhakti forms, they are getting anvayati. They are anvaya. They are getting some relationship is being established with the kriyapada. So here Ramaha lekhanya likhati. Now here the vastu nirdesha is what? Rama. And Rama is a Subantam Pada. Sub Pratyaya is being applied to the Rama Pratipadika. So it becomes Rama. Now what is the relationship with the Kriya Pada? So Kriya Pada or the action which is being performed, that is of writing. The action is of writing. And what is the relationship with the writing of Rama? That Rama is the doer of the action writing. The second word, Lekhanya, what is the relationship with the Lekhanam? What is the relationship with the writing? That the instrument, that the pen is an instrument by which Rama is actually performing the action of writing. So Vibhakti is helping us to identify the doer, object, instrument, and also its relationship with the Kriyapadas, with the action. Now there are 7 Vibhaktis. Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, and Saptami Vibhakti. And also we have another Vibhakti that is called Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. But Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti is a subset of Prathama Vibhakti only. So that's why we have only 7 Vibhaktis. And the 8th, the one which you are able to see here, Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, is actually a subset of Prathama Vibhakti only, and we don't count Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti separate Vibhakti. But that is a subset of Prathama Vibhakti. Okay. There are 7 into 3, 21 Subpratayas, which are divided into 7 cases or Vibhaktis and 3 numbers or Vachanas. And those words which have these Subpratayas, which have these Pratyayas, are called Subantam Pada. What are those Subpratayas? These are the 21 Subpratayas. Okay. So, you see, the Prathama Vibhakti. Okay. Prathama Vibhakti, in that there are 3 Vachanas: singular, dual, plural. Su aujas, auchas, tabhyam bhis, nebhyam bhyas, nasibhyam bhyas, nas os ni os sup. So there is an abbreviation being given, almost like pratyahara. So we cannot, how it happens actually? Sub pratyaya means starting from the first vachana of the Prathama Vibhakti until the Bahuvachana of Saptami Vibhakti. So in that way, we are including all of the pratyayas by the word Sub pratyaya. By the word Sub pratyaya, we are indicating all of the 21 pratyayas. And these pratyayas are applied, when they are applied to Pratipadikas, they are giving different meanings. And they are giving different meanings, and also they are indicating the vachanas, in which how many Ramas are there, and what is the relationship of them with the verb, and how are they situated in a sentence, what action they are performing, how the action is getting performed by them, and how many Ramas are there. Are there 1 Rama or the 2 or more than 2? So by applying this pratyayas to the Pratipadikam, we get to know what is the meaning of Vibhaktis. So Prathama Vibhakti generally it indicates a subject. Okay, generally when we apply the pratyayas to the Pratipadikam, Su of just pratyaya to the Pratipadikam, then the Rama is acting as a subject. When we apply Su pratyaya to Rama Pratipadikam, it acts as a subject in singular form. When we apply Au pratyaya in Rama Pratipadikam, then it indicates a subject as that Rama is a subject, and but they are two in number. So there are two Ramas. Then if we apply just pratyaya to the Rama, then it indicates Rama is an object. Rama is object, but they are in plural form. So there are many Ramas which are being indicated as the subjects. And in similar way, Amauchas also, they are in singular, plural, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. Dvitiya Vibhakti indicates object. Then Tritiya Vibhakti indicates that Pratipadikam as an instrument when we apply these pratyas. Then Chaturthi Vibhakti indicates a recipient or someone who is receiver of something which is being given. Panchami Vibhakti indicates point of separation. Okay. From vriksha, from the tree, fruit is falling. So what is the point of separation here? Tree is the point of separation. From tree only, the fruit is falling. So that's why tree should be written in the Panchami Vibhakti. Okay. So like that. Vriksha is the Pratipadikam. When we apply Nasi Bhyam Bhyas, then it indicates that Vriksha is being indicated as in the sense of point of separation of something. Then in Shashti Vibhakti, we use to indicate relationship with someone. So then we apply Nas O Sam Pratyayas to the Pratipadikam. Then Saptami Vibhakti, locative case or location. We want to indicate where that thing is happening actually. It could be a location of something which is happening. So Ni or Sup are the three pratyayas which are applied to that Pratipadikam to indicate location. If you want to indicate one person as a location, as in the locative case, then Ekvachanam we have to use. Ni pratyaya will be applied. If you want to tell two people are location, then Os pratyaya will be. If we want to indicate many people are actually in they are actually in locative case. So then we will apply Sup pratyaya. Okay. So in that way, Sup pratyaya we are including from Su to Pakara. So it becomes Sup, 21 pratyayas. By adding 21 Sup pratyayas to Pratipadikam, we get 21 Vibhakti Rupas. They are only called as Shabda Rupas. What is the meaning of Shabda Rupa? Declensions of nouns. When we apply 21 Sup pratyayas to one Pratipadikam, we get 21 Vibhakti Rupas. And they are only called as Shabda Rupas. So here if we take example of the word Rama, Rama is a Pratipadikam. And Rama is ending with which letter? It is ending with Akara. So Akaranta means what? The letter, the word which ends with Akara, that is called Akaranta. And that Rama word is in which gender? Pullinga. So Rama Pratipadikam is actually Akaranta Pullinga Shabda. Okay. Therefore, it is called Akaranta Pratipadikam. Or we can also call as Akaranta Shabda. Okay. But more specifically, if you want to tell, it's Akaranta Pratipadikam. Until now, the pratyayas are not applied. It's still in the formation, it's still in the Pratipadikam form. So now, Pratipadikam nominal base, Rama is the Pratipadikam. And these are the 7 into 3, 21 Supratyayas. Su Aujas, Amochas, Tabhyambis, Nebhyambis, Nasi Bhyambis, Nasosam, Nios. Okay. So when we apply these 21 pratyayas, we get these forms. Ramaha Ramo Ramaha, Ramam Ramo Raman, Ramena Ramabhyam Ramaihi, Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah, Ramat Ramabhyam Ramebhyah, Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam, Rame Ramayoho Rameshu. So when we apply these pratyayas to Rama, we get 21 Shabdarupas. Now the question, many of the devotees, I think devotees will ask, how come Su Pratyaya, when we apply to Rama Pratipadikam, is becoming Ramaha? It should become Ramas or Ramas, correct? But how come it is becoming Rama? So, according to the rules of Sanskrit grammar, there are many sutras there in Ashtadhyayi written by the great sage Panini. So he has written many sutras to explain, to tell how Rama plus Su is becoming Ramaha. This is just to give you an idea how Rama plus Su becomes Rama. But I am not going to explain each of the sutras and how the Rama Su is becoming Rama. It is a very elaborate process, and to understand the sutras, we need to learn more of many of the things before we want to understand these sutras. But just to give you a glance to satisfy your curiosity, I have just given the list of the sutras which are employed, which are applied to the to form the Rama word. So Rama plus Su, when we apply, Rama is Pratipadikam and Su is the Pratyaya. So when we apply them, so 4.1.2, fourth Adhyaya, first Pada, second Sutra. Svaujat Samaud, there is one Sutra in 4.1.2. Then 1.4.103, Supaha is there. So in that, this is indicating that Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bahuvachanani form, let they happen. So it's giving some type of sangya to them. Then Dvayo, the Eka, Dvekayor, Dvivachanaika Vachane. So then it is giving some sangya of Ekavachana and Dvivachana. Then Rama plus then there is Ukaraha. If you see it's getting deleted by the Upadeshe Jananasika It. Then after that Tasya Lopaha. So Su becomes Ukaraha and Anunasika gets deleted. Then Padasangya is happening by Suptinantam Padam. Then Rama's Ru, so Sasojusha Ruhu is there and Sakara becomes Rukara. Then Upadesha Janasakait, again the sutra will happen. Then the Ukaraha and the Anunasika will get deleted. Tasya Lopaha, by that it will get deleted. And then Avasana Sangya will happen. Okay. Then it will become Viramo Avasanam. Avasana Sangya will happen. And then by Kharabasana Yor Visarjaniyaha, the word Ramaha will. So these are the many sutras which are applied. Then later on, Rama plus Su becomes Rama. So in that way, for example, Rama plus Jas, again same sutra will be there, 4.1. Then another sutra, 1.4.21, Bahushu Bahuvachanam. This Sangya is given to Jas Pratyaya to indicate that Rama should be in the Bahuvachana form. Then Rama plus As, there is Chutu Pratyaya, Jakara will get deleted and As will happen. Then Na Vibhaktu Tusmaha, Halantyam, Tasya Lopaha. Then Ramas it will become. Prathama Yoho Pura Savarnam. Then Padasangya, Surtinantam, Rama, Sasojushuru Sutra will happen. Then Rama, Upadeshana Sakai, then Tasya Lopaha. Then Karavasana Yor Visarjaniya Sutra will happen. It will become Rama. So if you apply Rama Pratipadikam with just Pratyaya, it is Ramaha. If you apply Rama plus Su Pratyaya, it is Rama. Similarly, if we apply Rama plus O, it becomes Ramo, then Ramam, then Ramo. In that way, we get these forms. So by applying, by the rules of different sutras in Panini Ashtadhyayi. Okay, now just to give a meaning of those vibhaktis, I have just written like this. So Prathama Vibhakti, if we just take Rama word and Rama Pratipadika, if we apply this 21 Supratyas to that Rama Pratipadikam, then we get these meanings. Okay. So in Prathama Vibhakti, we get Ramaha, Ramo, Rama. What is the meaning? It is acting as a subject. One Rama, two Ramas, and many Ramas. Then Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, it's a subset of Prathama Vibhakti. And it is used in calling or addressing. It's used in addressing someone. Someone who is far, or someone we want to pray, oh Lord, hey Bhagavan, like that. So it's a subset of Prathama Vibhakti. And then hey Rama, hey Rama, hey Rama. O Rama, O two Ramas, O many Ramas. Dvitiya Vibhakti, general meaning is object. So Rama is considered to be an object. Rama, Ramas, two Ramas, and many Ramas. Many. So in that way, it's Rama is considered to be an object. Then Tritiya Vibhakti, instrument. So by. So Ramena, by a Rama, Ramabhyam by two Ramas, Rama he by many Ramas. Chaturthi Bhakti is considered, the general meaning is recipient. So Rama for a Rama, for two Ramas, for many Ramas. Then Panchami Bhakti, point of separation. So Rama from a Rama, Ramabhyam from two Ramas, Ramabhyam from many Ramas. Shashti Bhakti is used in relationship. Of a Rama, Ramayoho of two Ramas, Ramanam of many Ramas. Then Saptami Bhakti in location. So Rame in a Rama, Ramayoho in two Ramas, Rameshu in many Ramas. Okay, in that way, these meanings are actually coming by when we apply the pratyas to the pradhan. Okay, so these are the. Okay, any questions until now? Okay, am I clear? No? Is it everyone is able to understand?
I'll have to repeat the session, like in terms of go through again. So it's like it will be
No
repetitive. Yeah.
problem. It's it becomes more philosophical, more theoretical. So again, you could go and
Understood, Prabhuji.
yes, Parul Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, understood, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now because I told that the sentence is actually made up of words, padani. It could be Subantam Padam or it could be Tingantam. Subantam Padam means the word which ends with Sup Pratyaya, 21 Sup Pratyayas, or Tingantam Pratyaya means, Tingantam Padam means that word which ends with Ting Pratyaya. So Tingantam Padam means verb, Subantam Padam means noun. Now this is a generic structure of a sentence. In every sentence, there is one verb, Tingantam Padam, written or implied. Written or implied. Sometimes we have to actually imply also the verb in a sentence. In understanding a sentence, Vakyam, the verb Tingantam Padam should be identified first. All the other words should be nouns, Subantam Padam. They are all connected to the verb either directly or indirectly. By relating each noun to the verb, the meaning of the sentence is understood. Okay. So in that way, when we are actually relating each of the Subanta Padas with the verb, when we are establishing the relationship, then only we are able to understand the meaning of the whole of the sentence. Rama kills Ravana by an arrow. So here kills is verb. Okay. Rama is Subantam Padam. Instrument, the arrow is a Subantam Padam. And what is the relationship of Rama and the arrow with the verb and also the Ravana and also the word Ravana? So Ravana is object, Rama is the performer of action, arrow is an instrument. So in that way, we are able to understand what is actually happening. We are able to get the meaning of the sentence. So usually whenever there is a sentence, a verb is always there to tell some action is actually happening. Okay. So whenever we try to understand the sentence in Sanskrit, what we do is first of all identify what is the verb. Where is the Tingantam Padam there? Then later on, you establish a relationship with the Subanta Padas, with the Tinganta Padas, with the Tinganta. Okay. Now there are some more classifications of Pratipadikas. Some more classifications are done of Pratipadikas based on some things. So Pratipadikas are classified in two ways. First of all, gender. How many genders are there? 3. Pullinga, Strilingam, Napunsakalingam. Second way Pratipadikas are classified, ending letter of Pratipadika. So the Pratipadikam could end by two of the things. It could be swaras or it could be vyanjanas. So the Pratipadikas which are ending with swara letters, those are called ajanta. And those Pratipadikas whose ending letter is vyanjana, consonants, they are called halanta. Maheshwar Sutra, I und rilrik e om ayauch. That is swaras. Hayavarat lan yamangananam jabhai gardash jabagardash kapachadash tatatav kapaishasar hal. So in that way, from starting from Hayavarat to hal, the last letter la, we are actually covering all of the vyanjanas. So the ending letter, if it is swara, then that is called ajanta pratipadika. And if the ending letter is vyanjanam, that is called halanta pratipadika. This two-fold classification is the factor that which makes difference in declension among different pratipadikas. So in that way, there are differences in the declension among the different pratipadikas. These are the two ways when pratipadikas are classified, based on the gender and based on the ending letter of the pratipadika. Every pratipadika has one of the genders in two ways. Now the first classification which is being done based on the gender is the pratipadikam are having genders in two ways. Some pratipadikas intrinsically have their own gender. Okay, we don't have to define their genders. They intrinsically they have. For example, the word Ram, the ending letter is Akara, and the intrinsic gender of that word Rama is Pullinga. But there are some pratipadikas which are called adjective, or they are the qualifiers for the qualified. For example, Sundaraha Balakaha. Sundaraha is what here? Visheshana Pratipadika, or Visheshana word, first of all, Pratipadikam later on. Okay, Visheshana. If there is a Strilinga, Sundari Balika. If there is a neuter, there is a Napunsakalinga word, Sundaram Vanam. So in that way, the Sundar word is there. But because the thing which is being qualified is in different genders, which have different genders intrinsically, that's why that particular adjective is following that particular noun which is considered to be qualified. Thus, the gender of the qualified is given to the Pratipadika. If there is a Pullinga something, if there is something which is in Pullinga, then that Pratipadika which is giving some qualification to that Pratipadika, that will also be in Pullinga. Something which is in Strilingam, something which is giving the qualification to that Strilinga thing or person, so that will also inherit the Strilinga from that particular object. Similarly, something which is in Napunsakalingam, that will inherit the Napunsakalingatva from that Pratipadikam. So in that way, Pratipadikam has genders in two ways. I will discuss about adjective later, but presently understand that some Pratipadikas intrinsically have their own gender. Now you see this table. So here we have this one Shabda, one Pratipadika, and we have there 21 Shabda roots. So Pratipadikas are classified into two ways. What are those? Sachipriya Mataji, please tell. Pratipadikas are classified in which two ways?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Please tell Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Dhatu and Sat and
Ashwini Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
So Pratipadhikas are classified in which two ways?
Radhi- Dhatu and then now Dhatu and Prati. So I know Padam because I have taken that note. Subantam Padam and Tintam Padam. But Prabhu, we today's we are going into new topic. No, we have to actually uh, we have to again have a YouTube for your lecture because there are many things. It is going little fast for me.
Okay. Now can you tell me?
Gender and ending with the Pratipadam.
Yes.
So
First
basically,
classification is done first one way in which Pratipadikas are classified, that is based on three genders. In Sanskrit, we have three genders: Pullingam, Strilingam, and Napumsakam. And the second way the Pratipadikas are classified, that is the ending letter of Pratipadika, or Ajanta and the Halanta. So here, if you see Dhatra, Padam, Dhatri Pratipadikam, then what are the two ways in which Pratipadikas are classified? What is the lingam of Dhatra? Ashwini Mataji, please tell. What is
Dhatra,
the lingam?
Pullinga,
Pullinga, yes. Pum means Pullinga here. Pum means Pullinga. And what is the ending letter of the Dhatra Pratipadikam?
it's Vyanjan.
No, Dhatra.
Hold on. Tathadana, na Prabhu. It's Vyanjan, no?
After Takara, there is Swara adjoined. No? Swara is there after Takara.
Okay. So we
In
are
Swaras, there are Rikarha. Rikara is there. R and R. A, I, U, R.
Okay. From that side, yes, it is Swara is adjoined. The Ra is there.
The R is actually adjoined with the Vyanjana Takara.
Vyanjana, Takara,
So that's why what is the ending letter of Pratipadikam? Rikarant. Rikar
Rakara.
is the ending letter of the Pratipadika. What is the meaning of Rikaranta?
What is the meaning of Rakara?
Rikaranta.
No problem.
Rikara means the letter R. And Rikarantaha means the word which is ending with Rikara. The word which is ending, the Pratipadikam which is ending with Rikara, that is called Rikarantaha Pratipadikam. Rikaranta Pratipadikam.
Okay.
The lingam is Pullingam. Okay. Now the meaning of Dhatra is Brahma, God, Brahma, or creator. He is the creator. So Dhatri is used in that sense. And then these are the Shabda Rupas. Dhata, Dhataro, Dhatarah, Dhataram, Dhataro, Dhatrun. Dhatra, Dhatrabhyam, Dhatrabhi, Dhatre, Dhatrabhyam, Dhatrabhyah, Dhatuhu, Dhatrabhyam, Dhatrabhyah, Dhatuhu, Dhatroho, Dhatranam, Dhatari, Dhatroho, Dhatrash, He Dhataha, He Dhataro, He Dhata. Okay. So in that way, these are the declension of the Dhatra Pratipadika or Dhatra Shabda. Okay. So this is the way. Now Pratipadikas which have genders intrinsically, or gender is just given to a Pratipadika in the language. So Vriksha or tree is a masculine Pratipadika, Pullinga Pratipadika. Mala is a feminine Pratipadika. Phalam is a neuter Pratipadika. Deha is a masculine Pratipadika. Tanu is a feminine Pratipadika. Sharira is a neuter Pratipadika. Now here there will be one question that Prabhuji, here the Tanu word is there, Tanu word. And it is considered to be feminine Pratipadika. Strilinga Pratipadika. But Tanu can be, the body can be of woman or it could be of a male. So the explanation is given that the gender of Pratipadika, which is being assigned intrinsically, they have the genders, and the actual gender of the meaning, of the word body of the Pratipadika do not have to match. In Sanskrit, the gender of Pratipadika, which is intrinsically given, and the actual gender of the meaning of the Pratipadika, they don't have to match. The body, intrinsically, the gender is assigned in the language as feminine Pratipadika. But that word could be used for a male body or for female body. Okay. So in that way, the different Pratipadikas have genders intrinsically. But we don't have to be confused that the meaning of the Pratipadikas have to be same as the gender of Pratipadika. They don't have to match compulsorily. Sometimes they could match, like Rama is there. Rama is a person who is a pulling, who is a masculine. And the intrinsic gender of that Rama word is also masculine. So like it.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhu, like, is there a rule to identify the gender of the word?
I will give later on that
Okay.
there are some general things to quickly identify the genders of the intrinsic gender of those Pratipadikas, but those rules, those generic rules could sometimes sometimes could contradict also. Like it will not compulsorily happen. Okay, if that letter is there in some other word, so that has to be compulsorily in Pullinga, or that has to be compulsorily in Napunsakalinga. But gradually, when we practice, our vocabulary is increased, then it becomes more easier to find out, to understand the genders of the Pratipadikas. But definitely, I will be giving some parameters to understand, to know how to identify the gender of a Pratipadika. I will be giving some tips.
Yeah, thanks, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, is it like Hindi? Like in Hindi, we have some words have intrinsic gender, like pustak is masculine, but kitab is feminine. But other words have rules for gender, like ladka, ladki, and like that.
हाँ, yes. या पुस्तक लाइक किताब, तो हिंदी में हम लोग बोलते हैं ना पुस्तक, तो जब हम लोग बोलते हैं कुछ तो हिंदी में वर्ब यूज करते हैं कि करता है, करती है, जो भी। और मतलब किताब जो है उसको हम लोग स्त्रीलिंग में यूज करते हैं ना किताब को।
right.
हाँ, तो स्त्रीलिंग में वर्ब बोला जाता है ऐसे। तो लेकिन बाल, जैसे बाल है और बाला है या तो बालिका है, तो उसमें तो हम लोग को दिखता है तुरंत जेंडर। लेकिन जो पुस्तक किताब है, दोनों एक ही चीज को इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी उसमें जेंडर, इंट्रिंसिक जेंडर है। यस, तो थोड़ा उस प्रकार का कर सकते हैं, लेकिन पूरी तरह नहीं। हिंदी में तो कम है, संस्कृत में बहुत ज्यादा है।
Okay.
लेकिन डेफिनेटली यू कैन गेट सम आइडिया फ्रॉम दैट। Okay. So now it's advisable for you to memorize some Shabda roots. Okay, then only it will be very much easier for you to understand the shloka also. When we will try to understand the shloka, we want to do Anvaya also. Then it will be very much useful if you increase your vocabulary by memorizing the Shabda roots. Because in shlokas, full of Shabda rupas are only there in shlokas. So shloka, there will be some Subanta padas, there will be some Tingandam padas, and the relationship with the Tinganta Pada with the other Subanta Padas are established, and then only the whole shloka we will be able to understand. So in order to facilitate that, in order to understand that, it's very much helpful, it will be very much advisable that you memorize the Shabda Rupas. My expectation, what you could tell, my desire, it will be like you, if possible, you memorize 30 Shabda Rupas, which I'll be giving you. That will be best, but it's up to you how much you can memorize according to your time availability also. But I will be giving 30 Shabda Rupas, and gradually you can memorize the Shabda Rupas in the course of time. Yes, Parul Mataji?
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask how many different kinds of Shabda Rupas are there? Like when you explained, we have to understand by two rules, Shabda Pada, like noun padas. So Pratipadikam, one is the gender and other one is the ending of the words. So on based of this, how many, because then we have to also recite different types of Shabda Rupa, like whole chart will be different for Rama and for the Hatri, it will be different. So how many like this are there? How
Achha.
many?
That counting, I have not specifically done anytime, but that type of differences in the forms you could find in, like, for example, in Swaraha, in Swaranta or Ajanta Shabda Rupas, you could find yes, so around 7-8 forms, 7-8 differences are there in Ajanta. In Halanta there are many. Alanta there are many. So it's huge in Halanta. But in Swara we have 6 to 7 differences in the forms. Akara we have different, Akara we have different, Ikara we have different. But sometimes the forms will also be almost similar. Sometimes I will tell you when they are similar, when they are not similar. Okay, so Rama Pratipadikam we have now, and the two classifications, the two ways to classify Pratipadikam is what? Lingam and the ending letter of the Pratipadikam. So Rama is a Pullinga word and the ending letter is Akara. When you break the word into letters, then you can find the last letter of the word Rama is actually Akara, but not the Makara. The Ma Vyanjana is associated, the Ma Vyanjana is a Purnakshara. Akara is adjoined with the Vyanjana Ma Vyanjana. So that's why Akara is the last letter. The Vyanjana Makara is not the last. Akara is the last. Okay. So Akaranta Pullinga Rama Shabdaha, Lord Rama. So based on the Vibhaktis, we have 1 Vibhaktis and 3 forms. And every Vibhakti is indicating some meanings. Prathama Vibhakti as subject, Dvitiya Vibhakti as object, Tritiya Vibhakti as instrument, Chaturthi Vibhakti as recipient, Panchami Vibhakti as point of separation, Shashti Vibhakti as relationship, Saptami Vibhakti as some location. Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti is a subset of Prathama Vibhakti only, and it indicates addressing, calling out someone. Hey Rama, Hey Rama, Hey Rama. Okay. Okay, so in that way, the forms, the Shabda Rupas are there. So now here, what is the gender of Pratipadikam? Pullinga. What is the gender of Pratipadikam? That is Akaranta. Okay. So Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramo, Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramehi, Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha, Ramat, Ramabhyam, Ramebhyaha, Ramasya, Ramayoho, Ramanam, He Ram, Rame, Ramayoho, Rameshu, He Rama, He Ramo, He Rama. So I would advise you that what you do is you speak the Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti after Saptami Bhakti. When you recite these forms, so it will be more advisable that you pronounce Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti after Saptami Bhakti is done. So Rameshu, then He Rama, He Ramo, He Rama. Okay, and similarly, Evam Hara. Hara means Shiva. So Hara is also Akaranta word and Pullinga Shabda. So here in this also the forms goes like this: Haraha, Harau, Haraha, Haram, Harau, Haram, Harena, Harabhyam, Harehi, Haraya, Harabhyam, Harebhyaha, Harat, Harabhyam, Harebhyaha, हरस्य हरयोः हरानां हरे हरयोः हरेषु हे हर हे हरौ हे हराः. So, yes. So in that way, smaraha, smaro, smaraha, smaram, smaro, smaran. Smarena, smarabhyam, smarehi, smaraya, smarabhyam, smarebhyah. Smarat, smarabhyam, smarebhyah. Smarasya, smarayoho, smaranam, smare, smarayoho, smareshu. He smara, he smaro, he smara. In that way, we have forms. Okay, these are the meanings of the words. Okay, so like that. Any questions? Anyone has any doubt? The general tips for memorizing Shabda Rupas is like this. So, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, and Panchami Vibhakti Dvivachana forms. You see here, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, these three Dvivachana forms. Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam. Same only. Okay. Then, Panchami Vibhakti and Shashti Vibhakti, Ekvachana forms are same. Except Akaran, these are different. Shashti Vibhakti and Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachana forms are also same. So, Shashti Vibhakti Dvivachana forms Ramayoho, Saptami Vibhakti Dvivachana form Ramayo. Same. Okay. Then what else? Chaturthi Vibhakti and Panchami Vibhakti Bahuvachana forms are also same. So, Ramebhyaha, Ramebhyaha. These both are same forms. Same. Then what else? Ramo and Ramo. So Prathama Bhakti Dvivachana form and Vidya Bhakti Dvivachana. So these are all, both forms are same. Okay, so these are some tips to memorize the Shabda Rupas. So now how we will identify the meaning, how we will differentiate if Ramo is there and Ramo is there, but both have different meanings. Okay, in Prathama Bhakti it indicates a subject, in Vidya Bhakti it indicates an object. So basically, when in what context is being used, whenever there is a sentence, then you can easily find out that how the Rama words are used. Is it used in object sense or in as a doer of that action? Okay, so that will come, that you will be able to understand only based on the context. Okay. So these are the things. Okay, so I will conclude here. Any question? I will just tell, you could memorize these three forms. This Rama is also there. Rama is Strilinga Rupaha, Strilinga word, and it is ending with Akaranta. So Akaranta Strilinga Rama Shabda. Rama Rame Ramaha Ramam Rame Ramaha Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramabhi Ramayi Ramabhyam Ramabhyah Ramayaha Ramabhyam Ramabhyah Ramayaha Ramayoho Ramanam Ramayam Ramayoho Ramas. But the meaning are same only. Prathama Bhakti, Rama is used as a subject, object in Dvitiya Bhakti. Then in Tritiya Bhakti as an instrument. In Chaturthi Bhakti as a recipient. So in that way, the general meanings are given for the Vibhaktis. And Ekvachana, Dvivachana, and Bahuvachana. So this is Rama Shabda, goddess Lakshmi. And the Akaranta ending letter is there, and the Strilinga, that is the intrinsic gender of the Pratipadika. Similarly, Phala is there. The ending letter is Akaranta, the same as the Rama Shabda. Here also Akaranta. But the intrinsic gender is different. The intrinsic gender is what? Napunsakalinga. So Phala is the Napunsakalinga. So the declensions are like this. Phalam phale phalani, phalam phale phalani, phalena phalabhyam phalaihi, फलाय फलाभ्याम फलेभ्यः फलात् फलाभ्याम फलेभ्यः फलस्य फलयोः फलानां फले फलयोः फलेषु हे फले हे फला. And the meanings are also same. You can just take the help of this chart and put the meaning. So phalam is one phalam, one fruit as a subject. Then two fruits, many fruits. So in that way, the forms goes like this. Okay. So these are the Shabda rules. Okay, if anyone has any question, then you can ask. Otherwise, we will conclude here. And I would advise you that
Prabhuji.
please memorize these three Shabda Rupas. Possible, please start memorizing, and how much ever you can memorize the Shabda Rupas. So do it. I will not force you, because it's up to you. It's up to your desire. You can memorize, it will be helpful for you only. And I will not force you, or it will be, but it is advisable for you to memorize the Shabda Rupas. I will ask Shabda Rupas. If anyone is ready, then you can recite.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, the Sambodhan, Hey Are Bho, is it in Hindi only, not in Sanskrit? Hey Are Bho.
It's in Hindi, or?
Is it not in Sanskrit? Like in Sanskrit, we have Sambodhan Hey Rama, Hey Ramo, Hey Rama. So what we have studied, I think that was in Hindi. The Sambodhan is Hey Are Bho. The second, the Dvivachan is Are and Bahuvachan is Bho. So I used to think it is from Sanskrit they have taken. Is it not from Sanskrit?
No.
Okay.
We can actually, for addressing, we can use many words. Hey also, ho also sometimes. But generally, when we are actually declining the forms, when we are giving the declension forms for the noun, then usually when reciting them, we usually use the word hey to indicate. But the other things are not wrong. So we can also apply are or bho word also. But that is not compulsory that in Dvivachana we have to apply are, in Bahuvachana we have to apply bho compulsorily. We
Okay.
can apply are in Ekvachanam also, and we can apply for all the three vachanas also. And bho also we can apply in all the three vachanas. So that is not, but generally when we recite, so we use he word to address. But there are many other shabdas. There are many other shabdas to indicate oh or exclamation. So, alas, sometimes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, we will conclude here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you for your participation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.